Adventure has a name, and no, it's not me trying to raid the fridge at midnight today. We're diving whip first into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, a game that promises cinematic brilliance, heart-pounding action, and enough puzzle solving to make your brain feel like it's been through an ancient booby trap. But is it the crown jewel of gaming this year, or just another relic destined for the bargain bin? Stick around, because we're uncovering everything from gameplay to visual storytelling and whether this game truly captures the indie magic. Here's the plan for today's adventure. First, we'll chat about the game's premise. Don't worry, no spoilers here. Then we'll analyze the gameplay mechanics action. Exploration and puzzles. After that, we'll dig into the visuals and audio. Does it look and sound like the Indiana Jones we know and love? Next, we'll uncover the storytelling and pacing. Does it hold up to Indy's big screen legacy? Finally, we'll wrap up with the good, the bad, and whether this game deserves your time and money. Oh, and stick around till the end for a fun surprise related to our Fantasian Neo Dimension review. Let's crack that whip. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle transports you into a world of ancient artifacts, secret societies, and death-defying adventures. It's the kind of setup that makes you want to don a fedora and mutter it belongs in a museum. The story kicks off with Indy hunting down clues that take him across exotic locations, from dense jungles to perilous mountain peaks. Don't worry, no spoilers here, but let's just say if you've ever wanted to feel like you're part of an epic Indiana Jones movie, this game's got you covered. Although no one tells you how uncomfortable wearing a fedora indoors gets. Seriously, how? Did Indy manage it? The gameplay is a delightful mix of heart-pounding action, intricate puzzles, and rewarding exploration. You'll find yourself jumping across collapsing platforms one moment and deciphering ancient symbols the next. Combat is smooth and satisfying with a mix of melee and ranged mechanics. Indy's trusty whip plays a big role, as does his revolver. The puzzles, though chef's kiss, they strike that perfect balance between challenging and rewarding, making you feel like an absolute genius when you solve them. That said, is there enough variety to keep the gameplay fresh across its runtime? We'll come back to that. If Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is anything, it's cinematic. The visuals are downright breathtaking, with environments that feel alive and immersive, from the lush foliage of jungle ruins to the eerie glow of ancient tombs. It's a visual spectacle. And the audio, oh, it's a treat, from the triumphant blast of John Williams-esque scores to the subtle creak of old wooden bridges. The sound design makes you feel like you're smack dab in the middle of an Indiana Jones movie. Just make sure you don't have surround sound on too loud when Indy triggers a boulder trap. Trust me, your neighbors will have questions. Here's the big one. Does the story live up to the legacy of Indiana Jones? In short, does the narrative weaves together mystery, intrigue, and enough twists to keep you hooked? The pacing, however, has its moments. There are sections where things slow down a bit too much, but just when you're about to lose patience, the game hits you with a thrilling set piece or a clever plot twist. Overall, it's a story that respects its roots while carving out something fresh and exciting. Quick pit stop before we hit the pros and cons. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is available on Xbox Series XS and PC. No word on a PlayStation release yet, but hey, if you've got Game Pass, this one's ready to roll. All right, let's whip through the pros and cons, shall we? Pros: stunning visuals and immersive sound design, engaging puzzles that make you feel like a true archaeologist, cinematic storytelling with plenty of twists and turns, a satisfying blend of action, exploration, and brain-teasing moments. Cons: pacing can feel uneven at times, minor bugs here and there, nothing game-breaking, but noticeable limited replayability unless you're a die-hard fan of collectibles. So, is it worth your time? Absolutely, especially if you're a fan of adventure games or the Indiana Jones franchise. Let's whip into combat, because what's an Indiana Jones game without some good old-fashioned brawls and gunfights? The combat system in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle balances classic action with modern mechanics. Indy's whip isn't just for swinging across chasms. It's a versatile tool that lets you disarm enemies, trip them, or even snag items mid-fight. Combine that with gunplay and environmental interactions, and you've got a recipe for dynamic cinematic encounters. However, the enemy AI can be a bit hit or miss. Sometimes it feels like you're outsmarting skilled adversaries, while other times it's like they're waiting for you to take them down. But hey, isn't it fun to feel like a one-man army once in a while? Exploration plays a huge role in the Great Circle, and this game nails the sense of discovery. The environments aren't open world, but are crafted as large interconnected zones, giving you the freedom to wander and uncover hidden paths, puzzles, and collectibles. There's a real sense of satisfaction in finding a tucked away treasure room or deciphering clues to unlock a secret area. Each location is packed with details that make it feel alive and authentic, almost as if you've stumbled into a movie set. But does the exploration ever get repetitive, or does it keep you hooked till the end? Let's dig a little deeper. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle isn't shy about delivering blockbuster-worthy set pieces. From dodging massive boulders to escaping collapsing ruins, these moments are pure adrenaline-fueled spectacle. The best part, these sequences are interactive, not just cutscenes, meaning you're in control during some of the most heart-pounding moments. The game does a fantastic job of blending these high-octane scenes seamlessly into the narrative. Just remember, don't get so caught up in the visuals that you forget to press the right button. Not that I missed a prompt or anything. Moving on, for longtime fans of Indiana Jones, this game feels like a love letter to the franchise, from subtle nods to classic movie moments to Easter eggs hidden. In plain sight, the Great Circle respects its legacy while carving out something fresh. But here's the kicker: the nostalgia doesn't overshadow the experience for newcomers. Even if you've never seen an Indiana Jones movie, first of all, how dare you, you'll still find plenty to enjoy here. It's rare to see a game strike this balance, so well, paying homage to its roots while being accessible to a broader audience. Before we wrap up this journey, let me leave you with a final thought. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle doesn't just play like an indie movie. It feels like one in for fans of the whip-wielding archaeologist that's a treasure worth uncovering. Speaking of treasure, we've got another adventure waiting for you. Click on the video right here, Q end screen, to check out our review of Fantasia, Neo Dimension, an RPG that's just as epic in its own right. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and remember, it belongs in a museum.